Hello, everyone. Welcome to ESC Fan TV. I know it's not Stuart, or he looks a little bit different. It's me, Elliot, instead, and I am hosting the allocation semi-final draw. I mean, on ESC Fan TV, not in Rotterdam, that is. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please click the like button, subscribe, and comment. We'll keep an eye on the chat and all your what you want to know. We're going to be talking through the allocation draw as it happens. So, yeah. Let's not witter on anymore. Let's see who I've got with me today. Here they all are. Look at them all. Let's go with ladies first. All the way from Belgium, we have Aline.
Hello, everyone.
And then moving across from Portugal, we have David.
Hola, hello.
And then finally, from the United Kingdom, like me, is Andy.
Hello there. Hi.
And just a word of warning, Patrick and Oban will be joining us as well. So when they just drop in, they're just going to drop in. So semi-final day. This is when it all really starts. Let's start off with Aline. Obviously, your country is in the semi-finals. What are you hoping for?
Well, I'm hoping that Belgium will be a bit lucky this time because I think our entries weren't the best in the past 2 years, but we could have used a bit more help. I think if I know I shouldn't be into neighbor voting and stuff, but it's always helpful, you know. So it would be a bit helpful if, for example, Netherlands or Germany would be with us. We could have got a few points more. So I'm hoping for a bit of luck this time.
And David, same question. Who are you hoping for? What you hope, or what you're expecting to happen in the semi-final draw for Portugal?
I gotta say, we are unlucky last year, but it's like hope for a little bit Spain to vote our semi-final in France. But anything can happen because the draw is tricky.
And Andy, you've said off camera you don't really follow the semi-final draws much. What are you expecting / hoping to get out of this new experience for you, let's say?
I'm not a betting person, funnily enough, so that's one of the reasons I'm not really interested in odds and such like. What I think it's important for is countries that are not actually going to be in contention to win. So if Belgium has a really strong song, it'll sail through the semi-final, and it won't matter which semi-final it's in or whether it starts second, third, or fourth. It'll get through to the final. But where it does matter is the middling songs, the songs that just scrape through the final and then come 24th in the final. And those are the ones you feel really sorry for if they're just on the wrong side of that line, because Greece has given 12 points to Cyprus and caused you not to get through. So that's where I think it's interesting. But we don't know the songs, so we're a bit blind on that.
Yes, I know. And as you can see here, I'm introduced from all the way from Australia, but is in England now, but he's an Aussie at heart. It's Patrick. Hi, Patrick.
Hey.
So, same question I just asked the others. What are you hoping for Australia in this semi-final draw? Like, any nations you want, don't want, like, what are you hoping for?
Oh, well, that's always going to be a very, very tough question because that'll always come down to the songs that are going to be released. It's always going to be coming down to running order. There's always so many variables to play with when it comes to a show like this. In saying that, I would probably think that I probably wouldn't want to be in the same half as the Netherlands because obviously they'll have the home advantage, and we want to make sure that we do have some space away from them so that we are able to then sort of shine in our own light as it may be.
I am muting myself then. Whoops.
No, that was an improvement.
I mean, I'll be a great drag queen. No one can see what I'm saying, but my lips are moving. As I was saying to myself, Patrick, you're one of 2 nations with a 100% qualification record. Do you think you can do it again? Are you confident Australia can make the final again?
Well, considering the songs that we have just unveiled up to this point for for Australia decides, I think is going to be a very, very good chance, no matter which song we pick at the moment. Again, other variables notwithstanding, I think we will be with a very, very good chance of getting to the grand final. Like we've brought it every single year that we have competed in the competition. I see no reason for us to not do that again, to be quite honest.
Okay, and so we're just waiting for the allocation draw just to start officially. Aline, the beauty of being in Belgium, she's got it on her TV, so she's going to let us know when it's running live so I can stream it. So thank you very much, Aline, just being on watch for that. So whilst we wait, I just want to ask a few questions regarding the draw and semi-finals and whatnot. And one is that Azerbaijan and Armenia have been drawn in the same semi-final 9 times out of the 11 times they've both competed. Now, obviously, there is tension between the nations, whatnot. And we were saying beforehand, should Azerbaijan and Armenia be banned from the contest or fined because every single year the jurors mark the opposing country dead last, regardless of the singer and the song? We've seen it every year. So should they be sanctioned for this clear biased downvoting? Andy, let's come to you first on that.
Oh, well, it self-sanctions. If they don't give each other any points, then they don't get any points. So they basically have a 24-point disadvantage over other countries. So absolutely, they should be in the same semi-final. Should they be disqualified and thrown out and abandoned? No. It's not the fault of the people who live in Armenia and the people who live in Azerbaijan. It's the fault of the regime. And spirit of Eurovision is bringing countries together. So no, I don't think that they should be thrown out.
Okay, and Aline, coming to you actually. So last year, Armenia missed out, and quite close as well. The semi-final 2 was a very narrow voting. Do you think that this downvoting from Azerbaijan probably cost them their spot? And if, say, for example, Belgium was in Armenia semi-final instead, they could have got through?
I wouldn't say last year, but I remember it was kind of 2016 that I thought, yeah, we need to see the consequences of this voting system someday. And in 2018, I think it was feasible finally, because Azerbaijan came 11th with like only 9 points short, and that's enough for one country to fix. So that was clearly the difference. Finally, it was made. So yeah, I think it didn't matter for Armenia. They got a low score anyway, so they didn't qualify anyway. But for Azerbaijan, it really mattered, I think.
I'm just going to add him in from Cyprus, the land of fire, and he'll claim that they have started the centuries of Latin bops now because everything sounds like Eleni Ferreira, apparently. It's Oben. Hi, Oben.
Hello. I'm so excited. It's finally here.
Oh, God. I think he sucked all my excitement.
I have been praying all day at work. I was so not focused for anything. It's just like, please take his second semi-final, second half. Please, second semi-final, second half. For 9.5 hours.
Open. That's why I booked the day off work, for this reason. Because I can't concentrate otherwise. Obviously, we've talked about the negativity of nations being pulled together in semi-finals, and we're going to now come to the positive. And the obvious one that I'm going to bring up, because he's here, is Greece and Cyprus. Now, Oben, every year you get at least 20 to 24 points from Greece and vice versa. Do you want Greece in your third semi-final, basically? Do you think that'll get you through?
So I always... No, no country has ever went through or won just because they're diaspora voting, right? Otherwise, Russia would win every year. Otherwise, Ukraine would win every year. Yes, we have a guaranteed 12 points or 24 points from Greece. That's scary. But we never... People booed when Eleni Ferreira got 12 points from Greece. And the girl finished second. So if you want to win, if you want to qualify, whatever the success is for you, you have to have the whole package. The song, the artist, the performance, and of course the diaspora voting. So I really don't take any criticism, shallow criticism, as whatever.
Okay. Remind me not to mention that again with a Cypriot in the chat room. So,
can I just make a point?
Go for it.
See my jumper? It's changing. A bit,
Oh my god.
a bit like the Estonian
Wow.
chumper. If you look back in 5 minutes' time, it'll be
It's
different.
like a chameleon.
Hmm.
Come
Right,
on,
so we
come
need-
on, Leia.
So we need someone on jumper watch, basically,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
duration of this stream. Jumper watch. So let's move on. So obviously, there's 41 countries again, but 2 have left and 2 have come in. Montenegro and Hungary have left, and obviously Montenegro normally vote for Serbia and Hungary. I'm not sure what their voting pattern was, to be honest. So David. As we have said, it's so close in semi-finals now. With Montenegro not being there, do you think their traditional Balkan voting is going to affect the other Balkan countries to the point of they will just miss out on qualification?
I don't think so. I think maybe the most effective will be Serbia because they are neighbors. But I think the most penalized will be Serbia. But I think the rest, the Balkans, I think they will spread out fair the votes. But I think Serbia will be the most penalized because neighbors. But it'll be. I think Serbia will be the most effective. But I think the rest of the Balkans, I think they have things sorted out. Even
Okay.
we have Bosnia as well.
Okay, and I'm just going to open it up to the floor. Does anyone else think that Montenegro or Hungary's absence is going to cause a slight change or divot in the voting? I know we don't have the songs yet, but just going on diaspora voting because it happens every single year, could that be a factor?
Not for Hungary, I would think. Not even for Montenegro either. I don't think it would have any material effect, to be honest.
And I think the pot that they're in, both countries, are pretty much still covered. So Serbia still got Macedonia, Croatia, and Albania, all sorts. So they're basically still covered.
You say that as if it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good for them. They didn't lose that much. Just simple 24 points, not much.
And also, we're still waiting for the stream to start on the YouTube channel. That's where we're going to be bringing it from. But whilst we are waiting, you said we've mentioned about the pot, so let's move on to that. And obviously, they were drawn on the other day. I can't remember what day exactly. It's been a long week. And the most noticeable thing that was being put around social media is that Australia is in pot 2 alongside Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Now, this is
We're part of Scandinavia now.
Yeah, clearly. I was going to come to you, Patrick. So obviously, they've been put in their basic sort of voting patterns. Are you shocked? Do Australia normally vote for the Scandinavian entries? Is that something you listen to in music as an Australian? Like, how do you think about it? Because everyone seems to be a bit confused why Australia is with Scandinavia.
Well, I think one part of that is if you go back to 2015 to when Australia were wild-carded into the grand final as part of the 60th anniversary Eurovision contest. I remember we gave our 12 points to Sweden and Sweden gave their 12 points to us. So I think since then there's always been this kind of this kind of kinsmanship between between various countries, more so Sweden than any others. I've never really noticed any prior relationship between Australia or Norway or Australia and Finland or Australia and Denmark. It's always seemed to have been that Australia and Sweden relationship that everyone has. Well, that's kind of what I've noticed anyway. But other people may have noticed other things. But yeah, for me, it's always been the Australia-Sweden dynamic. And that could be why we've been placed in the same pot as the Scandinavian countries. And obviously, seeing as the Scandinavians always seem to give their higher points to each other anyway, then I think that's kind of following logic in a sense.
Yeah. And I've just got to bring up this comment from Nicholas, who's watching from Denmark. Australia are my new favourite neighbours. Which I just love that. And Gustav is claiming that they're 2 countries with great taste. What to say? I'm not sure, Gustav, of Sweden's previous entries. I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, so the pots came out, and there were a few, as always, a bit of random and wild ones. Another one is that Bulgaria have returned, and they've been put in with Cyprus, Greece, Malta, Portugal, Romania, and San Marino. So more Mediterranean sort of countries as opposed to the Eastern Bloc where Bulgaria is. I have no real input on that, or unless anyone else does. It seems a bit of a random thing of just Bulgaria being put in that part. Do you think it's just they needed a home, or?
Yeah, it's hard luck for anybody that doesn't really fit in. But I think really what they should do is just wait until all the songs have been released, then let the producers decide what is going to make the most exciting 2 semi-finals and sort them out like that. So that they do it on the basis of what do they think would make the closest possible voting. And if they did that, then there'd be none of this is somebody being favoured because you're in the same semi-final as Greece. And you would be taking into account the seeding of the songs, how good the actual songs are. So you don't have lopsided semi-finals like we had last year.
I mean, I can't see that, but at the same time, you could, if you wait till the songs and then the producers lead it, you could then say that they are protecting and favouring other countries. I understand by keeping it a balance, because the last few years we have seen one semi-final significantly stronger than the other, which means that good songs do sadly get eliminated.
But that assumes that the producers are trying to favour a country, and I don't think they do. What the producer wants is the most exciting programme. That's all they care about. If a producer could engineer a 1-point difference in the last vote, that's what they would do. They don't want to favour Sweden because, well, unless they're getting backhanders or they're getting holidays and such like that. I think generally that they're just looking for a good show.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's now starting. So this is all very exciting. It is playing through mine, so hopefully the audio balance is all right. If there is an issue, please let us know in the chat, or my panelists, please let me know. And it is starting with a bloke playing some bells.
That makes a change from playing a flute.
And obviously the stream is brought to us by Eurovision.tv. They have all the rights to it. Please don't sue us. We don't have the money. And you see they are the... So Aline, this is correct. These are the 3 hosts of the competition, aren't they? These are the 3 hosts we'll see. Okay, so yeah, it's Escilla Rombly, Chantal Janssen, and Jan Schmidt. I hope I said that correctly. I can't speak Dutch. It's a horrible language for me.
It was good. Well, Rombly is pretty easy because it's kind of international sounding.
Is Edcilia sober today?
She looks it.
You can't always guarantee with her.
The last time I saw her is when she wore that dress that Trench Oosterhuis was going to wear with the very low cut.
Yeah.
That was awful. So
she is a fantastic presenter. I've seen her at Eurovision in concert a couple of times, I think.
I actually haven't seen any of her hosting material, I must admit, but I'll take your word.
Well, she's extremely natural and very effervescent in the way of doing it. So it would either need a really good script or no script. She won't be very good at reading out lines, I don't think.
I think no script could be a bit dangerous.
Well,
Are we supposed to be able to lip read this?
Is the sound not coming through? Hang on, let me check. Let me check my settings. One moment, guys. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
That's I forgot to push the share audio button. That's my fault, guys. Sorry. And to those that are watching as well. That's my fault. Not let's spend about an hour getting used to the system beforehand as well. And there's Duncan, the reason why we are going to Rotterdam with the wonderful arcade.
oh my god, that was so good. I'm crying again.
Oh, and there's Oben with a Cyprus flag. Is that where you went off to get Oben, your little Cyprus flag? Love it.
Small detail, the light bulb came from Belgium. Oh my
Just a quick question to anyone in the chat room. Is the sound okay? Is the balance all right between ourselves and what is on the screen? If not, we can fix it. I'm relying on you guys. And I see your comment, Gustav. I'm getting used to this, okay? Leave me be. Let's just ignore where the UK is on that scoreboard.
There's a question from Ahmet in the chat room. He wants to know if we think that Turkey will return to Eurovision.
Yes. No.
I feel like if they would have, it would have happened by now, like with the way the contest is, to be honest.
But but I think they're getting closer because TRT has become the one of the members at the EBU board of whatever it is, the management, whatever.
Which is why Italy competed in 1997, funnily enough, because Italy took a break for years and years and years, and only competed in 1997 because they were chairman of the EBU at the time.
Yes, I think TRT is getting closer, that's for sure. But I'm not sure if it's the next year or the following year. But I think by 2022, I think they will be back.
I mean, I personally want them back because two of my favourite songs are Every Way That I Can and Didn't Take Tech. So they sent amazing songs just for that.
Oh, yeah. They did, but neither of those was an amazing song.
Send back Hadise.
Really great.
For which country? Belgium or Turkey?
I don't mind. I just love her.
And his song is the reason that we are here and why we now have.
I'm glad you're watching this stream, Karen's. Well, they're making the Polish national final recap. Didn't know there was a recap already, to be honest.
And The Hague, the festival is going to make its home in Rotterdam. Today, the city of Tel
first time in
Aviv
Rotterdam, the first time since Malmö. It's not in the capital, mainly because Amsterdam is way too overly populated with tourism as it is, I feel like. Hence why they pulled out of the race.
Mayor of Tel Aviv, Mrs. Zippy Brandt Frank.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Good to have you here. Welcome. Your contestant Netta has put Israel on the song contest map once again, and in May last year, Tel Aviv. Please tell us how big the impact was of the Eurovision Song Contest on the city of Tel Aviv. It must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It had a tremendous effect. It was the largest and the most viewed international event
I love her name,
in
Zippy.
Israel. We didn't have anything like it. Sorry.
I mean,
anyway,
I know Israel's completely different, like sort of like culture to us, but I just want to really look at a baby and go, Zippy.
It had a huge effect. I mean,
It's
everyone
easy.
was involved. Local businesses, the administrations, officials, the residents as well. We tried to bring together.
Is she talking about the victory that they stole from us?
Pluralistic way, nature of Tel Aviv with the
Look,
hands,
as they said
I
last
don't
year,
have a flag.
you almost won, but in the end, you didn't.
We were overjoyed to find out that
It's impossible for me to get over it.
Really well. It allows you the
Right
opportunity
after
to win
following the
for the first
event,
time
we
still to
launched
come.
the tourism master
Another
plan.
38
We launched
years
a new
now.
protocol
Yeah,
for sustainable
probably not.
events, and there were
Oh, but
many,
how do you think
many
Patrick felt in
bilingual
2016?
signs that we put over
They were winning until the televote.
Yeah, talking about that, more than 100.
We got pipped at the post, and I will always remember that memory for as long as I live. It was devastating. I was in Stockholm when that happened, and I was
We put up
almost
the
in
Eurovision
tears
village by the
because we were so close.
by the beach.
This close.
Served as a
One
huge
day.
hub
One day,
for,
maybe.
One day, maybe this
celebration of
year.
the parties. It hosted dozens of local and international.
Maybe
performances.
if her
We had
performance
live
for the
broadcasts at
semi-final
the
had been a
semi-finals
performance
and
for the
after
final,
grand finals.
that might
And
just
we
have been
really
enough
wanted
to
enable
tip
those
it over because she was better in the semi-final.
Eurovision to be able
Were
to watch it
one or two
Yeah.
little
little
issues with her voice
Netta and
on the
Copy,
final.
and many did so.
So we've had a
worked
question
out
come through.
Great. And
Do we think all
Yes,
three
like I
Baltic
said,
states will be in the same semi-final or
looked
not?
absolutely
Now,
amazing.
Lithuania and
We
Latvia are in the
loved
same
it in the
pot, but
city.
Estonia
And we
aren't.
have
So there is a
lot of
chance for all
local
three to be
Rotterdam
drawn into the same
officials with us here
semi-final.
today, including
Do we
their
think that's
very
likely or
own
not,
mayor.
though?
This is maybe
Just
a tricky
yes or no? Do
question.
we think
If you
we're going to
had
see all
give
three in
one
the same
piece of
semi-final?
advice
It's
to
a
them
50-50 chance,
about
isn't it?
them and the Netherlands,
Yeah, it's a mathematical probability question, and I don't have my maths brain on at the moment, so I can't really say.
Really prepare.
Did that ever happen in the past?
Ask him later.
I don't think so. I think
Not
this will be
that
the
much.
first time. Not recently.
President would
No.
love to participate.
No.
You know, we had
And Gustav said
2014, no.
Gustav was in Stockholm, but then again, he always is. But also,
Yes, of course you were, Gustav.
but what people don't know is that Gustav was actually a volunteer there
in the city
at Stockholm 2016. So
come for Friday night.
he had a very enjoyable experience, I do believe.
To enjoy the Israeli
Looking-
hospitality.
But I've done
And
volunteering,
more
and
than
it's a
that,
lot of
we
hard
had a
work. So I
theme.
commend
Our
anyone
theme
who does
was
it
Dare
for
to Dream.
2
Do you
weeks.
remember? Dare to Dream. We
That's
dare
true.
to dream.
I was
Dare
escorted
to
out of the
dream
arena at
classes.
gunpoint
You know, in schools, for
in
example,
2016
children were
on the
choosing
first
the
semi-final.
favorite song. It happened that in my My children.
It
It was a little mix-up over
Guess
tickets.
which song they chose?
Duncan Lawrence.
Right, they did, and they performed for that. You know, they might have known
And
something.
speaking of Dare to Dream, I'm always dreaming of more time in live television, but we don't have that time. So I'm so sorry.
Was that the polite way of telling her to shut up and move along?
Rotterdam.
What a way to shut down her.
Didn't work.
Is,
Okay.
is that typical in Flemish sort of and Dutch behaviour, Lead? Is that common?
We're now ready
But
for the
we are
insignia
more behaved than the.
ceremony. To the
That wouldn't happen in Britain. We just smile and nod whilst the producer's going in our ears saying, hurry up. Oh,
I think we have a question.
Welcome, Mr. Aloko, and nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
do they display
Okay,
insignia
this is a
last
very
year? What
special
did Portugal
tradition,
put last year?
Which was started by the Finnish host broadcaster in 2007.
I
Since
can't
then,
remember.
Portugal, or do you mean Israel?
Touch to this extraordinary.
I'm not sure. I know there was the
coming in right
logo
now.
was in the Tel Aviv allocation draw. I remember that.
Quite an unusual thing.
I think it's going to be
Yeah,
low.
they say that this
Oh.
insignia keychain weighs more than 30 kilos, guys. Is that?
So this is the official
Right.
passing
Should be
over of the
happy.
contest.
We'll do this
So
around in the future
it'll be
because right
the end
now
of Tel
we are
Aviv and the
adding
start of
two
Rotterdam in
more
about
to it.
2
And
minutes.
now,
I like this a lot.
please go ahead.
I wish they will
See this?
ever make the key in like a small version so we can all have it.
It's ours.
That's
Well, that would be good.
Oh,
when they
wow.
make it
Oh,
into the
nice.
That's beautiful.
Lovely little insignia
Look at
there.
that.
It's called. Oh, it's the logo.
I must admit, I don't think we've discussed it on ESC Fan TV yet, but I'm a big fan of the logo.
Beautiful.
I mean,
Yeah,
to the
Yeah,
point,
me too.
to the
I
point
like
where
Oh,
it.
yeah.
it is my
Aline's idea is great. You could make a lucky charms out of
Eurovision
it.
Song Contest has officially moved to Rotterdam.
There we go. It's
Then-
officially in Rotterdam now.
Mrs. Brown Frank,
Who
thank
knew
you
it was
very
that easy,
much.
just going,
You may take
"Yep."
your seat once
Thank you very
more.
much.
Mr. Abu Taleb, you get to stay with us a little bit longer because your city is now the official Eurovision city for the Eurovision Song Contest 2020. And it's
Enjoy
in your
footing that bill when the
wonderful
contest is over.
City hall that we are broadcasting now from all over Europe. Good to be here. How are you?
I feel fine.
Well, apparently my
Are you happy
understanding is
with
that government's not paying for it at all. It's the broadcasters purely. So
This great event. It's really a
I knew
privilege for
they
the city.
applied for government funding. I didn't know if it got approved or not, though. If anyone knows for certain, please let us know.
Who won the year last
No,
year in Tel Aviv? Is
I got told that Mark
region.
Rutte,
He was
the
born
Prime
not
Minister,
far from
I think
here,
just
so we feel
after
really privileged
Netherlands won,
that
said
he's our
government
kid,
is
and
not
that
is
this
not lifting a
contest is
finger
organized in Rotterdam.
to help
What
out.
kind
It's
of
going to be
fan
all the
from
broadcasters.
your great city?
Well, we
Okay.
The broadcasters have certainly raised some money from the tourist board, which is why it ended up not in Amsterdam.
It's almost
Yeah.
in May.
I mean,
That's
I've never
really
been
the
to Amsterdam,
moment
but
that
the
you may
tourism is
enjoy
so busy
life,
there.
the
This is one for
flowers,
me
the
just
trees.
studying for my degree because I did
And
tourism
the city
management.
of Rotterdam
Amsterdam
is
seems
a
very
really
busy
industrial
enough
city,
to
one of the
capacity
largest
as it
ports
is. So I
in the
think
world.
adding in
It's
Eurovision for
also
2
a
weeks, it just
very green
wouldn't have
city.
happened. It just wasn't
I
logical.
joke sometimes
Which I think is
saying
why
that
they
I'm only the
withdrew.
mayor of Rotterdam, but I'm also
Yeah.
The tourist board in
United
Holland
Nations of Rotterdam.
was already
180 nationalities.
having a plan
So when
to
you come
move
to Rotterdam, you can't just see the
introduce
world.
tourists to other
You can see
areas.
the world,
So,
the colours, the flavours,
and that started
all of
before
the
they won
architecture.
Eurovision.
And so the
So
city,
it fit in very
Imagine
nicely
Rotterdam,
with
you
the
got
actual
the
aim of the tourist board,
We
which
know that
wasn't
already.
that
But the
to
people
stop
in
people
Europe,
going
they
to
don't.
Amsterdam,
And I
but
know,
to
for example,
encourage
that
them
you're
to
a
go
big
to other
football
places.
fan.
I've been to Den Haag.
You
It's
saw
a
the
beautiful
player
place,
for
really
Feyenoord,
lovely.
yeah,
biggest
Rotterdam,
club, they
I
were
haven't
standing
been to, but I understand
here
it's not
outside on the
so
balcony
lovely. But
after they won the championship.
waving to 10,000s of people.
Yeah. Are you a Eurovision fan as well?
I'm a fan of all types of music, and what I like about the Eurovision
No.
Good
is
answer.
not only the fact that you may listen to a variety of songs from all over Europe, but really the contest elements, the competition, the voting, the tension that is linked to all that. All these families sitting on the couch home, waiting whether the country is going to do well. And all this voting, that's really the most impressive thing of the contest. Not only the music and the shows and the colors, but also the tension that is connected to the contest.
Oh, the voting is always what hooked me into Eurovision when I was young, much younger, and it still does today.
What do you think is going to be the biggest
That's the most
challenge?
nerve-wracking part.
Invasion
Oh, yeah.
is negative.
Particularly
in
that
recent
one
years.
is very good.
Quite big.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting an invasion.
I think the semi-finals are more exciting
really
in terms of
big fans of
the
music
competition,
and
the
context,
suspense,
lovers
and the
of the
final.
Netherlands, lovers of all the
Yeah, because
Final
we
is a
don't get the point.
party.
Yeah.
to deliver. So if you call it an invasion, call it an invasion, but of peaceful people.
Okay, thank you very much. We wish you every success. Thank you well.
Thank you.
Mr.
An
Abudala.
invasion of peaceful people. Sounds lovely.
Okay, from Come Together, we are one to light your fire. Every year of Eurovision has had its own slogan. And yes, after weeks
She's
of
so
intensive
pretty, it's not
slogan
fair.
meetings, brainstorming sessions late into the night, and not forgetting the old heated discussions by the coffee machine,
And she's a very good host.
we have got the slogan of 2020.
Oh, she's amazing.
Open
In December, she was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is it really about?
Right. So
Oh,
now
this
it's
video.
explaining the not slogan. Yeah, the slogan.
This slogan.
I love those videos.
It could be whatever you want it to be. I'll be careful of that.
I'm gonna cry.
It's so beautiful.
Very nice produced.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, I am going on a boat in Rotterdam. I want to go on a water boat. They just look like a lot of fun.
There is a pancake boat.
We are
Right, we're tracking that
staying
down.
on a boat.
Pancake boat, you sold.
You're
It's
staying on a
20,
boat. I'm
20
not.
euros. It's 20 euros. And you can eat as much as you want.
I'm staying on a boat. Are we staying on the same boat, David?
Yes, we are. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Ovid and Andy are going to be boat mates for a week, which is just, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Woohoo, baby!
I can't wait. I mean, I literally can't.
The broadcast is
We're going to be staying with True
In a
Nature.
few moments, we will begin the draw that will decide in which semi-final each participating country will be placed. We wouldn't dream of attempting this alone, though. Oh no, this all happens under the watchful eye of Mr. Jan Ola Sand.
For the very last time, Mr. Jan Ola
supervisor
Sand.
of the
Thank
Eurovision
God for that.
Aww.
But
Do you think he'll get his lines right?
That after
No.
this Eurovision, Mr. Sand is stepping down, but we still
No.
have next thing. So
All right,
every
we're going to meet
supervisor
the new guy.
those famous 3 words.
Take it
Before
away.
we can start, I would like to introduce to you.
It would
very
make sense to
special
have the new
someone.
executive producer, Martin Osterdahl. Is that how you say his name? It would make sense for him to be there.
Österdal.
Osterdahl, thank you. There's an umlaut in there, and I can't pronounce my umlauts very well.
Almighty God, this will be exciting. Mr.
I just takes a bit of practice.
Mr. Yono.
Thank you for your humble introduction.
It's not quite Monsieur Neff, though, is it? Let's face it.
I like this Jan.
Take it away.
Oh my
Bless
god.
him.
Nice.
That's iconic.
Take it away.
I think we can all agree he's done an amazing
Oh,
job
that's so cool.
keeping the
He
concept
has.
running.
Well done.
Round 11 to
Yeah.
2020.
And we're with you, Karens. We are going to
Mr.
miss him
Sand.
massively.
We are. We are.
As executive supervisor of the Eurovision Song
This
Contest.
is a nice guy.
How does that feel?
It feels great to be here.
Yeah.
Great to be here in Rotterdam and to oversee the last song contest. I will oversee. This will be my 10th Eurovision Song Contest, and I must say it's.
Who was the supervisor before him?
It's never easy to leave a project.
Auxilius thingamajig.
Again, a Swede.
I'm sure it will be
Hey,
taken good care
Scandinavians know how to run a show very
and
well.
I'm looking very
Look
much
at
forward
their national finals.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very to the point.
Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh,
And
hell
make
yeah.
sure it will be
It's not
done.
Albania, where we all lost our minds.
And isn't there anything else
Especially
you would like
Patrick.
to share with us?
Yeah, well, you know what? I was extremely lucky that Stockholm was my first live Eurovision. I've been so spoiled since then. I just hope that Rotterdam lives up to those expectations.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sand. In just a few minutes, we will finally know the semi-final that each country will be competing in. In the meantime,
Where a few could be 1, could be 10, could be 20, who knows?
won the Eurovision.
Ooh, what's this? Oh, hello, Neve.
I was number 15, and the Euro fans told me that was a good place to be.
Oh, I love her.
It was far enough in that people were settled in with their cups of tea, but not so far that people had.
She was so friendly in Amsterdam.
Truth is, if you can own your 3 minutes, it doesn't really matter where you are.
Right, come back and go second then, Neve. Prove us wrong.
Many people told
Oh
us
my
that
God.
you never can win when you start the song contest.
I love history of Eurovision.
Gary Caspers.
Make it. We have a good song, and people didn't forget.
I wonder what happened to her voice because she can't sing anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, now just expect bad chair dancing for the segment, guys.
He was so cool in Amsterdam.
It means luck. It's like
He's almost
They
70
did.
years old.
for us.
He did a good remix of this in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Maybe it's because of this, maybe not. Who cares? We won, and that's it.
I remember.
Who cares? We won.
Ah, Marie Miriam.
I don't think it's the holodeck from Star Trek, but their new show Picard has just come out, so it may have just been a spare set, who knows?
The last French winner
I know
so
Patrick would have
far.
enjoyed that one, being a Trekkie fan.
Yeah.
Uh,
17.
I feel so bad for his brother.
None of these had to qualify from the semi-finals.
No, this is before the semi-finals came in, I've just realised that.
So, bookmakers.
You know what? I wonder if they did these around the same time as the Songfestivalfeest, because they were all on stage in Amsterdam.
Maybe, actually, yes, they probably did that.
Yes,
yes,
and I
you're
have
right.
Oh, last
who I
Victor.
saw the other night,
And, yes,
and I have a photo to prove it.
They've either heard the winner or they haven't. And I think
1997 is the last time we won. That's sad.
Woohoo! I love her so much.
There's the winning song.
No surprise. That was very good.
Oh, the
Yeah.
troubadour.
The program, I think it
They
was
have
third
the-
or something like this.
This
And I was
seriously
like,
brought the house
win.
down in Amsterdam.
Germany 12 points.
Nicole, ein bisschen Frieden.
This gives me goosebumps every time.
Pressure.
Controversial, I don't think it's their best ever entry.
But I did not see her. So go out there and
The worst haircut ever.
for your
Oh,
life.
it was very much of its time.
Well, we have finally come
What
to
a
the
great
last
video. Oh my God.
Here we go.
allocation draw of the
So much ready for this.
Eurovision.
What would they say in Swedish? Nu kör vi!
Participating in this year's Eurovision, there will be 2 semi-finals, which will take place,
my
as we said earlier, on the 12th and 14th of May. From both of these semi-finals, 20 countries will qualify to compete a couple of days later on the 16th of May in the grand final.
Countries have already qualified for the grand final. And these countries are France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom. They are what we call the Big Five. And to take the 6, they are
So we can
joined,
assume
of
this is
course,
also the
by
colour
this
scheme
year's
for the year, very dark blue for the scoreboards and everything
These
else, because they
countries
normally
will
follow
still,
suit.
however, broadcast and vote in one of the 2 semi-finals. And we will now start to draw with these
Right.
countries first.
Time to find out whether the
to
auto
determine
qualifiers
in
are
which
voting.
semi-final they
I
are
want my
allowed to
neighbors.
vote.
Yes.
Okay, no.
Say which will influence which semi-final Aline wants.
Participate and vote in the semi-finals of the Eurovision Song Contest.
I have 4
2020.
neighbors there.
Finally, for them, the moment of truth.
We
I have
have
one.
here 6 envelopes with the names of the Big 5
Ooh,
countries.
big
and
envelope.
Oh,
Netherlands. So
It's
let's
like
start by
massive.
giving these envelopes.
this is nerve-wracking.
Okay.
Don't mind me while I jump on some McDonald's
We are
fries.
ready, so let's start with the first country.
Go for it, Patrick.
Oh my God.
The first country is
So first out is
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Italy
now we know how they're
will
gonna use the logo.
What?
First semi-final is Italy. Okay. The UK is normally not drawn with Italy, so we're probably going to be voting in the second
the second
semi-final.
country is France.
France, Mr. Tom
In a
Leeb.
good one. In a good
France
one.
will vote in the second
And then the
semi-final.
second
I want to be
semi-final.
there. I want to be there.
And now the third.
And also, this is where they will debut their
Alright.
songs on the Eurovision stage as well, which is also very important.
United Kingdom.
Right, UK.
United Kingdom. Here we go.
We've got the second
Oh my
semi-final.
God.
Second semi-final.
Oh no.
Come on, we have to be second semi-final.
I want Netherlands in there as well.
Spain.
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 And Spain will vote in
Second
Yes.
semi-final. So
Okay,
that
now I
should
need
mean
one.
that should mean Germany and the Netherlands are in the first semi-final. But
Say me one,
so now we need to
Yeah.
double check.
Yes, going through the formalities.
Yeah, make sure they haven't got it wrong.
Germany
Mhm.
will vote in the first semi-final.
Okay, I know where I want to be.
Me too.
Surprise. Let's open this.
One.
It is.
Oh my
Netherlands.
God.
Okay, so a bit of a split
Will
there.
vote in the first
Neighbor.
semi-final.
So
So there we are. The first phase.
Interesting.
Is complete. Let's have a quick
Cool.
recap. We have
No, I
Italy,
want semi-final
Germany,
too.
and the Netherlands. They will vote in the first
Me
semi-final
too.
and vote on the 12th of May.
So we've got David and Owen wanting the second semi-final. Alid, where are you wanting Belgium, looking at where the auto qualifiers are?
Well, I wanted to be in the second, but now I want to be in the first.
Now,
No,
let's
Spain,
move on
United
to
Kingdom, France.
to
Cypriot
allocate
waters.
the remaining
I want
35
it.
countries.
But Semi 2 is not bad either because Spain is also very friendly to Belgium, maybe.
Do you have any special requests
Hang
from
on.
any of the participating countries that are
Okay,
about
request.
Nothing was announced
drawn?
prior.
This is for you the
No.
last time in
Even
an
though in
allocation.
Switzerland.
Azerbaijan don't want to be with
Okay.
Armenia.
Here for any change. So it's a pretty much straightforward draw.
Ah, nobody
So
asked for.
Oh, straightforward draw.
No special points. It's normally Switzerland that asked to be put in the second semi-final because of the clash with their TV
Now, let's
broadcaster, but
explain to our
that
audience
is not to be the case this
in
year.
front of us.
So it's
We
completely
have
open
5
field, completely
round glass balls
randomized.
with the names of the
Right.
remaining 35 countries.
First, we will draw a country name out of bowl number 1. After that, a name out of the second bowl. And then
Okay, so they'll be going down the pots 1 to 5
these 5 countries
and keep
will
going
be
back.
in the
Okay.
first semi-final. We will then repeat the procedure.
I am
for
in
bowls
5.
1 to 5 countries that
That's the
appear
Balkan.
in the second semi-final.
That's the
After
Balkan.
Come
which
on.
we return to
I am in the
names.
rest spot. We don't have any friends.
They will steadily work through all the bowls and names until
No, I
every
mean, you have
country
Ireland,
has
and Ireland
been
likes to vote for
allocated
Belgium.
a
That's
place.
true.
It sounds
Ireland normally give
complicated,
Belgium a
but
fair
it's
few
not,
votes.
because in
Because
the
all your
Yeah.
friends are already in the final.
That's true. We are kind of the black sheep here.
15 years
Right.
doing it this way
Let's
makes
see
the
what
outcome
happens.
much more exciting. We have 2 more bowls over there, and from these we draw not only the semi-final in which
So
each
Cyprus
country
shouldn't
will
come
perform,
out on
but
the
also
first,
in which
third,
round.
and the 5th round.
And because
So I need Austria in the second
countries
semi-final.
is
UK has a
even
better
the host
Pinot
broadcasting
population, and maybe
company
Spain will give it
and
vote
the
of
Eurovision
guilt.
Broadcasting
That is true.
Union
There's a
have
lot of people of
decided
Filipino
that
descent in
17
the UK,
countries will perform
which is also where
in the
Vincent
final
Bueno is
and
from. He's
18
of
in the
Filipino
second.
descent,
This has, of
which I do believe
course,
is the first time
all
a
been
Filipino is
authorized
performing
by
at
the reference
Eurovision. Is
group
that
of the
correct, DSC
Eurovision
Philippines?
Song
Can you just
Contest.
confirm that
Jan,
for me?
I think we're ready, right?
We are.
But he's not
Let's start.
Filipino, you know that, right? He said that he's Lithuanian basketball player.
Is he a member of Tucson? Right, here we go.
Here we go.
So
Come on.
Chantal is drawing the countries, and Jan is drawing the halves.
I will pick out a
And the
country
semi-finals,
from bowl
even.
number 1 for the first.
So the
The
first
Balkan
name
Bowl.
out
That
is
country is
North Macedonia.
yeah,
Yes.
Macedonia.
last year's jury
Wow.
winners. Very well to Mara
North
Tedesco.
Macedonia
And this year Vasil is
Semi-final
going to
1. In the
in the
first
first
half.
half of the first semi-final.
Okay, so North Macedonia in the first half of the first
Next
semi-final
country
for
in the
Vasil.
second bowl is
Can quickly write these down.
Norway.
The Scanny Bowl.
Norway.
Norway.
So we have the jury
Norway.
winner followed by the televote winner with Kaino.
I think I'm gonna faint now.
First
Oh, wow.
semi-final.
Second half for Norway of the first semi-final.
The third
Oh, it's interesting.
Belarus.
Belarus, who just had their
Oh.
elections yesterday.
They will perform in the
In the
of the
first
semi-final.
half.
I mean, that could help.
Please, not
Macedonia
Cyprus,
and Belarus.
not Cyprus, not Cyprus, not Cyprus, not Cyprus, not Cyprus. Not
It's
Cyprus.
Cyprus, Owen. You're in the first semi-final.
They will perform in the second
In the
half.
second half of the first semi-final, which is Sandra.
Second half? Wow.
Second
Right.
half.
And the
Oh,
fourth
we would have voted for Cyprus as well, wouldn't we?
Belgium, Belgium,
We probably would
Belgium.
have
Lithuania.
Lithuania,
Lithuania.
who don't have the
will
UK, which could
perform
impact them
in
quite heavily because UK
the-
normally give their 12 to Lithuania.
Sorry for that. First half of the
Wow.
first semi-final.
So
Okay.
Lithuania
Going back
and
to
UK
bowl
kept
number
apart.
1. And from there, we will continue.
Right.
So this is the
Back to
third
that
year
spot.
in a row we're the first semi-final.
Well, that's a
But
good spot for
But Owen,
you.
you've qualified for that first semi-final
Yes.
both times.
Austria.
Yeah.
Austria, Vincent Bueno,
Vincent Bueno.
In the first
Who-
half
So
of
Austria and
the second-
Germany not together.
first half again.
Ball number 2.
So they don't have
First half is getting
Germany.
quite busy. Sorry, Gustav.
Denmark.
Denmark.
will
Nicholas's
perform in the
nation.
Scandinavia not together for the first time in 2 years.
Ah.
Well,
Next country
so
will
Norway
be
and Denmark are together again.
Moldova.
No.
All
No,
right.
they're separate. This is
In
second
the-
semi-final now.
Oh, I got that
the
wrong.
second semi-final.
Was it Moldova?
It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Come on, no Greece, no Greece, no Greece, no Greece.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
returning to functionist.
They will perform.
Yes.
It's going too fast.
Yes.
Right. Denmark, Bulgaria, Austria, Moldova.
Oh wow.
And ball number
interesting.
5.
No Belgium. No Belgium. No Belgium. No Belgium. No Belgium.
It's Poland.
Oh.
Poland.
Will perform
Which is where the
in
UK's
the
12
first
tally
half
vote will
of
go.
the second semi-final.
That's just fact.
Going back to ball number
Wow.
1.
Oh my god.
Albania, Albania,
It's
Albania.
going too fast.
Okay, Jan, I'm ready for it too.
So we're back to the first semi-final now, yes?
Yes.
Sorry.
Croatia.
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 Croatia. They will
Second half.
Second half.
have
Wow.
first semi-final.
Croatia, Macedonia, are they good friends?
Next country will be
No.
Sweden.
No, Sweden
Here we
together.
go.
Gustav's nation of Sweden.
I want to be in semi-final 1. Oh my god.
Sweden, but they will perform in the
First
first half.
First
of
half.
the first
Wow.
semi-final.
Well, they don't need it anyway. They will...
Imagine that. Malu Pritz versus, not Malu Pritz, Hannah Felm versus Ray Lee.
They will perform in the
Yeah.
second half.
Azerbaijan in the second half of the first
Oh, that's a
semi-final.
killer semi-final. Azerbaijan,
This ain't
Sweden,
good.
Norway. That's a strong one.
final will be
No,
Malta.
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 They will
Oh, no,
perform
the UK don't
in
have
the
Malta.
second half of the first semi-final.
Oh, it means I can't.
Ah, UK and Malta together.
And ball
Wait, hang on.
number
I'm
5.
not confused.
Belgium, Belgium, Belgium. Oh.
Israel.
Yes, guys.
Will perform in the second half of the first
Ooh.
semi-final.
Okay.
That's such a strong semi-final. Oh my god. Azerbaijan, Sweden, Norway.
For the second semi-final.
All right, here we go.
Thing of note is that
The next
Malta and Lithuania are away from the UK, who normally vote for them quite high.
Switzerland.
Will perform
Austria,
in the second
Switzerland together.
Switzerland, second half.
Notice how the mayor's desperately trying to look as if he's bothered.
Yep.
Finland.
Finland.
Finland. Nicholas, you
They
have a
will
friend.
perform in the
Chicolina.
second half of the second semi-final.
Ooh.
And yes, there's
Oh.
Patrick saying that Erica Vickman should go with the song
The next country
Chicolina.
is
Oh,
Armenia.
absolutely.
Armenia.
They're not together. Azerbaijan, Armenia, not together.
Second semi-final.
Okay, Armenia, second half. Can they qualify again, hopefully, after 2 pretty poor years?
San Marino.
San Marino.
Ugh, the land
With
is so
Italy,
bad.
with Italy. I know. Are they with
No.
Italy? I know. They aren't.
No, Italy.
Serhat, come back.
No.
Latvia.
Latvia.
Was San Marino first or second half?
In
First.
the second half of the second semi-final.
So all 3
I'm
Baltics
going
won't
back
be
to ball
together.
number 1 again.
Nope.
For
Second
again.
half for
the third
Latvia.
Yep, that's
Right.
that.
Now back to the first semi-final for Oban.
Rush? Slovenia.
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 You did very well last year
Will
with Sebi.
perform in the first half of the first
Again, same draw as last year.
And then what do we have here?
Second.
Australia.
Australia. Yeah, Patrick.
That's a strong semi-final. Oh my
And they're in
god.
the same half as
first
Sweden.
semi-final.
Oh,
This is a death
Jesus.
group.
They will kill each other.
Semi-final is feeling good.
What?
Please bring out
Georgia.
Ukraine.
Oh my god, Ukraine and Russia. Oh wait,
All right.
Perform
Ukraine.
in the second half of the first
Do you
semi-final.
guys remember how
dear.
the
Come on.
semi-final was the bloodbath
Greece.
last year? I
Greece.
think
We
semi-final
have to
one's
have
going to be the
Greece.
bloodbath this year.
Romania.
This is the blood. Oh my god.
Romania.
Romania. Do they want to be there? I'm not sure anymore.
Semi-final.
Second half is close. Oh.
No, it's 1 spot left for the second half in the semi-final 1. Just
Ireland.
1 more spot. and
Ireland.
it's-
Ireland.
UK have Ireland.
That's
UK
not-
and Ireland together.
First half.
I mean, Ireland have Lithuania, but that's
Okay.
and Malta, but that seems to be it at the minute.
Ball number 1 again.
And the
for
UK?
second semi-final.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
UK,
no,
second
that's, oh my
semi-final.
god, it's true.
So,
Serbia.
Serbia?
Serbia.
So
will
Greece is
perform
definitely not coming to second. Sorry, no.
first
Sorry.
half of the second semi-final.
Okay, Serbia.
Ball number 2. It's Iceland.
Iceland.
Nice.
They will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Ooh.
I mean, if Oculus Video wins, that could open the semi-final.
Will be Georgia.
Georgia?
Georgia will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
So only 2
Oh,
spots.
where is Belgium?
Portugal.
Portugal,
Yeah,
David.
there you go, David.
Second semi-final.
Will perform in the second,
second
half
half.
of the second
Oh, yeah,
semi-final.
France and Spain. Wow.
And ball number 5.
Really good.
I know.
It's Czech Republic.
So Belgium is in the first?
Perform in the first half of the second.
So I don't
semi-final.
understand. There's 5 countries left.
So Belgium is in the first.
We have one country name left in each of the balls.
Yeah,
and
how
we
does
have
this go?
5
They are the last
places left.
Hang
2
on.
in the first semi-final and 3 in the second.
Oh my
And now
god.
the names of the 5 remaining countries to be drawn here in the middle bowl.
Oh my
Yes,
god, this is
Chantal?
exciting.
It's like the national lottery.
We're still
Yeah.
not there.
So they're now going to be drawn at
One by one
random. They're all in one pot,
Of the
and
balls. I will take a paper scroll from the second
I still
semi-final
want
ball.
and we'll
First
alternate
then
from
one
second
from
and
the
first semi-final.
then back to the second semi, and so
What's
Okay.
up with Ireland?
Oh, is this to allow them to manipulate it all?
semi-final.
I think it's to keep it as fair as
18 in the
possible.
second, which
Yeah,
is
right.
why I have 2 scrolls left.
Instead of like having
First
pots 1 and
three
2
in the
definitely in the
second.
first semi-final
That's
and pots 3, 4, and 5 definitely in the
Yeah.
second semi-final.
So in a moment,
They're
I
going to
will
put
take
them all in
the
one
first
pot and then
scroll
go
out
from
of
second
the
to first, second to
second
first.
semi-final bowl. So let's do this.
So the
Yes.
first
Is Russia,
country out.
Russia is still there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we still got
Just
Russia,
let's do this.
Belgium,
Greece.
Greece.
5
Greece.
countries left to
Please
be
not be Greece.
allocated.
Please not be
Estonia
Greece.
is left as well.
Estonia still left,
First
Please
country.
not be Greece.
and
Romania.
it's Greece.
Ah, fuck off.
Oh,
They will perform in
semi-final
the
too.
first half of the second semi-final.
Greece is in the
Okay.
second half, in the second semi-final.
Without
so we'll wait.
Cyprus.
And the next country. will
Belgium.
be-
It's
Oh my God.
Belgium. It's a Leeds nation in the first.
Neighbors,
In the
Oh, the
first,
first one.
second half
Yes.
of first
Yes,
semi-final.
Welcome, Belgium.
and that is
Yes.
Hemophonic.
Oh my god. But what a
and the
bloodbath.
next
Oh my god.
country will be Albania.
Albania with
Yeah.
Alina Ala and
Will
Shah
perform
or Shai. The only song we
the
have.
second half
Ooh.
of the second semi-final.
Ooh. Oh my god.
I mean,
Please no Russia there. That will make it complete, the bloodbath.
Kill me. I'm having the worst
That's
day.
Russia.
Russia.
Is Russia there? Oh my god.
in the first.
That's a total bloodbath.
Semi-final.
Yeah,
Look at this
semi-one is
semi-final.
going
Oh
to
my
be-
God.
It's the final.
Oh
And to round
my.
it all out, to make sure it's all been done
Country
correctly,
is
I always have to do this all over again.
Estonia.
Estonia will
And
be
they will
performing in the
perform
second
in the
semi-final
first
in the
half.
first half.
Of the second semi-final.
Finland
Is
and
the draw.
Finland and
Right.
Estonia together.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hard.
Oh
I'm
my
going to close the stream
god.
down and we can now
That's it.
dissect what has just
Draw
happened.
is
So give me 2 moments.
All 35 countries.
Bye, Chantal. Sorry. So, just to go over what has just happened. So, in
Oh.
semi-final 1, we have Italy, Germany, and the Netherlands, and inside them will be North Macedonia, Belarus, Sweden, Slovenia, Australia, Ireland, Russia, Norway, Cyprus, Croatia, Azerbaijan, Israel, Malta, Ukraine, Romania, and Belgium. Straight off the bat, I'm going to say this. I think Malta and Ireland are going to have a very difficult time getting out of the semi-final, regardless of who they send. Even if Malta sends Destiny Shukinyele, they struggle in the televote as it is.
Oh my god.
They have next to no friends in this semi-final, it looks like. Yeah. So let's come to the man who's slowly raging underneath me, Oban. Cyprus. How do you feel about Cyprus' chances now?
I mean, like, I
we
started
are
with a
together.
wish. I started with second semi-final, second half. It didn't work out. I wanted to be second semi-final. It didn't work out. I wanted to. Okay, I got the second half at least. Then Greece is out, and all the Cypriot waters. Bulgaria is out, and Malta, yeah, they're still. Anyway, so it's a final, not a semi-final one. It's a final, just by the televotes tendencies goes. I don't even know if I'm speaking in proper English. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just like, I just can't focus. I don't know, whatever, but so be it.
When was the last time you didn't qualify?
2014.
14, yeah, 14 with the last two Greek language songs we sent, we couldn't qualify in Azerbaijan and in Germany, Düsseldorf.
Oh yes, with the woman swinging the massive ball above her head for no reason whatsoever. Patrick, you're also in this semi-final. Now, obviously, you have the 100% qualification record. So does Ukraine, who's also in this semi-final. Do you still feel confident you can get out of there hearing out of the 7 songs you have so far? We don't have all 10 yet, but out of the 7, is there a song in your selection you think can get out of there?
That can qualify successfully? That is a very, very, very good question. Like, as I said, I think all our songs, at least, that we've got are top notch. We would have to wait to see what all the other countries in our semi-final release. But these are countries that have typically performed extremely well over the last few years, if not the last couple of decades. So we will have to send something really, really exceptional. I think we'll still do it, actually. I think the standard of our national final has gone up. I think the quality of the songs that we've got are there. I think we just need to now need to select it, and then we just need to perform the crap out of it to get there.
You need to choose the right song as well.
I mean, that's it.
As your entry was last year, there were 2 that were far better songs.
I mean, Kate still got them as top 10. Kate still got them a top 10.
Yeah, she did, but she didn't get them the win that they might have had with the songs that came second and third.
I don't think any song was going to win.
No.
I don't think Shepherd would have done worse, and Electric Fields would have done about the same. That's how I feel. But moving on, I won't be surprised if the jury suddenly don't pick the song wrote by 2 Swedish songwriters, which is Pushing Stars by Jordan Ravi. Now you've got Sweden in your semi-final. I won't be surprised if you suddenly get that pushed through.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, Andy, another thing I've noticed is that obviously the UK is in semi-final too, but their main friends are Lithuania, Ireland, Australia, and Malta. How damaging is that the UK are not going to be able to? Because Lithuania's 12 is normally get a 12 from the UK televote, or a 10 at least. Malta normally do very high in the televote in the jury from us, as do Ireland. Given how strong this is, do you think, regardless of, let's use an example, Destiny Chukwunyele, she's the heavy favourite to win in Malta. Can she qualify out of this semi-final? Because it's a horrible semi-final, looking at names and record.
If she's good enough to win, she's good enough to qualify. And as a singer, I would say, well, she's not won the Maltese competition yet, but I've always thought that of all the singers that have gone through Junior Eurovision, Destiny, and the Spanish winner are the 2 that will go on to win Senior Eurovision. She's an absolutely fantastic singer. If she has a half-decent song, she'll get through. You can't win Eurovision relying upon friends. Where I was saying before, where I think it matters is if you've got a half decent song and you're going to be 10th, 11th, or 12th. That's where it's important, where your friends are.
Yeah, I mean, I will actually say, like, Malta have already closed the submissions for their Eurovision songs. They put out to make sure they're of high quality and state who you want the song to go to anyone now submitting a song, which I found was a bit bizarre, but it does make me think that we're going to hear their songs in the X Factor Malta final, which is next weekend. It's very exciting.
In terms of Malta and Ireland and Lithuania being in the same semi-final. Well, Lithuania and Ireland have always been very much in favour of each other's songs. So I think they'll swap titles, particularly if Lithuania sends another.
So, Aline, obviously you're in the semi-final as well. You've got the Netherlands, you've got your neighbours, and you've got Ireland who like to vote for you as well. So, and Australia normally give you a few points as well. obviously we don't have any songs in this semi-final, so it's all just going on name, qualification record, and stature. How do you feel about this? Obviously, we have no songs yet. This could completely change like it does every year. I think last year we said semi-final 1 was meant to be the bloodbath, and semi-final 2 turned out to be that. But at the minute, knowing Hooverphonic and knowing what they can do, how do you feel about their chances?
Well, I think my first reaction was kind of mixed. I was happy that I was in the semi-final with like Germany and Netherlands. We also have Sweden, who gives some points to us. Norway. I think also Russia is sometimes friendly to Belgium. When we are good, we can receive from everyone. So, but then it's a bloodbath. We have all countries that are kind of sure of qualifying, so that's maybe already 4 places that are gone. So it will depend on how strong the songs are, and yeah, I'm happy that we're in the second half, so that's maybe a bit helpful as well. But then again, this is the same draw as we got last year, and last year we did not qualify. But this is a much stronger group and artists, so I hope we will finally go back to the final.
Okay, and I'm just going to close out with 2 points in semi-final 1. I think that Norway's in the second half, and I think if they pick Rayleigh and Wild, and this year I've actually realised it's a total televote in the final Melody Grand Prix, it's not a jury vote at all. I think if Rayleigh is selected, she will close that semi-final.
Yeah.
Because it's a very anthemic, very Fuego-esque song. I hate myself for saying that. And also, we've just had this come through. I'm seeing a strong country that would be a shock non-qualifier. Looking at you, Ukraine. I honestly still think Ukraine are going to get through, because I think they always send quality. Regardless of semi-final or who's against them, they always make sure they make that final.
Russia is there, so maybe they might lose some points for that.
That's true, but Melvin still qualified when Yulia was against her as well. Again, if the song's good enough, it will probably be top 3. I don't think Ukraine should worry too much. I mean, a few other ones is that Romania and Moldova are split, Azerbaijan and Armenia are split, North Macedonia and Belarus. I don't know if they're friends or not, but they are together.
Russia and Belarus are together.
I do. Yes, Russia and Belarus normally give each other points as well. It's a bit of a wildcard semi-final, I think this is. There's a lot of strong nations, but also they don't have a lot of massive friends in there. So, semi-final 2, which has the France, UK, and Spain. And in there will be Poland, Moldova, Austria, San Marino, Serbia, Iceland, Czech Republic, Greece, Estonia. In the second half will be Denmark, Bulgaria, Switzerland, Finland, Armenia, Latvia, Georgia, Portugal, and Albania. David, as a Portuguese person, what is your initial reaction?
Yes.
And who should they now send, looking at what nations are in there?
That's very good. Spain is going to give a lot of votes. But a lot of Portuguese try Spain and France, so I see a couple of what's going on there in terms of here. I see San Marino. I can see Switzerland because I don't know, maybe yes. Austria, I don't know, but I think the rest is very good. The rest, I don't know. We spread out, but I think it's a very good. We are in the very good semi-final, but depends on the song because it's always depends on the song.
Okay, and Patrick, Albania's the one song we have already with Aralina Arla with Shah.
Yes.
And they always just squeak in. Like last year, Unida just made it.
Yeah.
She's got Switzerland in there. She's got Moldova in there. She's got Bulgaria. So she's got a few nations nearby.
Yeah.
The song in its current form, do you think it is good enough to qualify out of that semi-final, looking who's now voting in it?
That's a very, very, very good question. I think, based on the performance that we saw in FIK, it was a very, very strong performance. If they can keep a similar type of staging, I think it might just squeak through again. But in saying that, my impressions are that semi-final 1 is the more dangerous semi-final. So I think semi-final 2 might be a bit of an easier path for Albania to go through this time. And considering that Aralina has already said that she's going to perform the song in English in Rotterdam, that might actually increase her chances, and that might even get her further over the line to get into the grand final. So I think her being in semi-final 2, where it's not such a bloodbath, just looking at the countries, I think that's actually going to increase her chances.
Okay. And Andy, similar sort of question. Aralina Arla, you were on the show as well about when Shai won. If you were doing the running order for the second half, what do you think Aralina should be going before and after to give her the best chance of getting through?
Well, if I was a producer, I'd put her on last because I think she probably won't qualify, but it'll be a good, strong, uplifting end to the show to give her the best chance we can possibly say at this stage. Not first.
Not first. That's good. So also looking at, there's not many that are jumping out to me that the UK would naturally vote for in the second semi-final, unless I'm being a bit blind.
Greece.
Yeah,
Poland.
Poland.
Don't forget Poland.
But as I say, Denmark and Finland have each other, and Iceland, so that's where the bulk of the Scandinavian.
Oh, and if Finland goes for the Chinchilla song,
Chichikalina,
she'll get good votes from the UK as well. Just simply it's the right type of song.
And that will probably be near the end of the semi-final. Not going last, but probably second last. If Erika Vikman was to win.
And you do have Finland and Estonia in the same semi-final, so they'll probably give their points to each other.
You do actually, yes, I did. I'm looking at my own pad of paper and I keep forgetting. But yeah, it seems a very open, obviously, as Martin has just put now, where has it gone? A lot of time, nations' names means nothing, but we know nations' qualities, and we do know Estonia have quite a meh national selection, my personal opinion. Finland is quite a strong national selection, I think, at the minute. The Czech Republic has a very strong, diverse national selection. So it's going to be a very interesting night on the second semi for both teams, because I think it's a wild card, but for different reasons. But who knows at this point? Who bloody knows? Yeah. Aline?
Can I say that I'm kind of worried for Denmark? Because they seem quite lonely over there. Because Norway and Sweden are in the other final, and they have been together for 2 consecutive years, and they've all passed in those 2 years, so last year and the year before. But now Denmark is kind of lonely, and I feel bad for them.
They only just scraped through last year by 1 point.
Did. Yeah.
Yes, 1 point.
But they have got Estonia and Finland there as well, and if the song's good enough, it'll get through. But obviously,
it's not the same as Norway or Sweden, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Come on, Denmark.
What's David saying?
David, I think, is showing us the pots and how they've ended up in the semi-finals, it looks like.
We have it here as well.
Yeah, whilst I'm trying to get that. Let me just look at this. Do you think Australia and Ireland will struggle to qualify given the fact that UK isn't voting in their semi-final? Australia doesn't worry. Australia's qualified without us voting.
They won't struggle at all.
You never know. The flip voting is quite weak sometimes. So
Australia's never struggled. Australia's never struggled to qualify every single year. They'll be fine. No. They'll send the jury pleasing song, and where they've lost the UK, they've gained Sweden.
Yeah, even in 2017, where the guy just died on stage.
When he had that horrific vocal note, he still got through. And was it about about 98% of Isaiah's points in the final came from the jury. So sometimes you just need to please the jury and you're safe. Ireland, I think they are going to struggle. But we always give them a high amount of points. I think Ireland, that is really unfortunate, and especially because RT's attitude has been a bit lax recently about their entries and who they send. Like last year's Home McTurnan, lovely song, had 0 impact on stage. So if Ireland wants to qualify, and if they haven't picked their act yet, they need to use this to say, right, how do we stand out? But I don't know. So Poland, good shout. A lot of Poles live in the UK, so that will help them. Poland's probably going to get the UK's 12 points in the televote. It's always Poland or Lithuania because of diaspora. That always seems to happen. We've got to say, could see the UK throwing Switzerland and Czechia points. Potentially. I don't know why. No, I've already done that one. Where is it? It's here. Happy with Austria getting that draw. Not I'll just see my theory will work. Would a new demographic put Vincent over the line? So that's obviously cashing in on the fact he is half Filipino, and there are a lot of Filipino residents living in the UK. Will that be the determining factor?
Yeah. That's probably a bit of a bow that you're drawing there, but we'll see.
I think it is a reach, yes. But like I said, like we've been saying, if the song's good enough, it'll qualify in the semi-final last year completely wrong. I didn't think Norway were going to qualify because I thought they got buried by going just before Duncan Lawrence. As did Tamara. I thought they won't stand out against Duncan. I was completely wrong. But we'll see. I think San Marino is a bit doomed unless they bring something absolutely anthemic and amazing. I mean, I think Serhat qualified last year purely because it was Serhat, and this year they haven't got Italy. Yeah, they just don't really have any friends as it is. I think they're a bit doomed, sadly. Poor San Marino.
Yeah.
And as Martin's just said about the Australia, even with Isaiah, so
yeah,
or Isaiah, however you say it. But yeah, that seems to be the draw. Also, Armenia and Azerbaijan have been kept apart, which benefits them in a sense. I mean, they both have been quite well. No, Azerbaijan have been quite decent. Armenia's been terrible recently. Haven't qualified twice with two pretty poor songs, in my opinion, and they're going back to their national final. Just trying to see if anything else is standing out. Georgia, right? So Georgia, Tornike Kipani, massive heavy sort of rock singer. Do we think he'll get through?
They have Armenia and they vote for each other quite often. So
and Finland likes rock songs.
They do.
So they always vote for good rock songs.
Well, maybe the UK does as well because they give 12 points to Midnight Gold.
Yeah,
if it's alternative rock like Midnight Gold was, then yeah, the UK will lap that up because that was such a UK friendly song.
Yeah,
even though I hated it, it was a very UK alternative rock sort of song. Let's see, Greece, they haven't confirmed the act, but it's pretty much Stefania, which is actually going to hurt them because she lives in the Netherlands and represented the Netherlands at Junior Eurovision, but she hasn't got the Netherlands in her heat or Cyprus. It's not confirmed that Stephanie is going, but it pretty much is.
Yeah. Okay.
She's already said she submitted 3 songs to them, and she's picking which one she wants to take, but they just haven't announced it yet. But so read into that what you will. Obviously Spain. So something else as well. So obviously this is when the Big Five will perform their semi-final songs. I know it's a bit of a formality at this point, but how important is it having like what nations you are broadcasting semi-final for? Like, say for example, Italy didn't actually have many friends in that semi-final from what I can see, apart from Malta. How important is it for like the Italians to have their friends see their performance because they might not broadcast the other semi-final? If that made any sense.
I think it's a big assumption to say that the Maltese and the Italians are friends.
Malta normally give their 12 to Italy. Normally. More often than not.
Ever since they stopped giving it to Azerbaijan every year.
And us.
That was the Schlager Boys, wasn't it?
It was. But yeah, it's a very interesting semi-final. Obviously, we have very little at the minute. We'll have to come back to this when we have more of the songs. But I think that's everything for now. So that is a semi-final draw. We now know who is performing when and what half. Obviously, we'll have to revisit this when we have all the songs in March. It's going to be a very busy month for us coming up. So we thank you for watching. Come back on Thursday night when we're looking at the 4th semi-final of MGP. Then on Saturday night, we're reacting to the results of MGP. And then Sunday, we are reacting to the first semi-final of Melody Festivalen. I don't think there's anything going on Friday. I could be wrong. Just check our social medias and that'll be it.
Blas Canto? I think Spain has got their song.
Oh yeah, Blas Canto is releasing his song on Thursday, but I'm not sure when we're covering it, to be honest. So Spanish fans, just keep an eye on that. We'll let you know when we know, basically. But yes, Mr. Brooke?
And then the San Remo.
Yes, in the summer. There's a lot going on. There's so much going on. I'm gonna lose track. I've already lost track now. This is why Stuart does this.
You're not watching San Remo. You will be watching our shows, won't you?
Of course I will, because there's no way I'm sitting through that.
We'll split them into 30 minutes. The whole thing.
Works for me. But I think that's all there's left to say. So thank you to the VS. So thank you to David from Portugal.
Thank you.
Aline in Belgium. Patrick.
Hey.
Andy.
Bye-bye.
And Owen, who was here, but he's probably gone to punch a wall seeing what Cyprus's draw was like. But thank you very much, guys. We will see you on Thursday. Until then, bye for now.
See ya.
Done. Oh wait,
That
we have
was awesome.
Now we're done. I was an idiot.